Okay, so for Lab 12 this week, this is April, well, will be April 15th. I'm recording this a day early, but anyway. For Lab 12, we are finishing up the central nervous system by looking at the spinal cord and then looking at the peripheral nervous system, which includes the nerves that exit the spinal cord, and those are very sensibly called the spinal nerves. And then we'll look at where they go, what plexuses they are part of, and what muscles they innervate. And then we'll look at the cranial nerves, which come out of the brain, and, well, the brain stem, a lot of them, and their functions. So look at the cranial nerves, the spinal nerves, and the spinal cord this week. In addition, to make it all real, we perform spinal reflex exams and cranial nerve examinations. And both of those are really a lot of fun. So this week, it may look like a lot of material, and it is, but just follow the study guides, and those will take you through this material. The lecture videos total over 3 hours long because I moved the spinal cord out of last week and put it into this week because the brain is just too much for 1 week. So the lab exercises will add more time, but I think you'll find those videos interesting because we've finally come to the fun parts where we can actually see how the nerves work, and this is really, really cool. So the lab activities are 1, a sheep spinal cord dissection, then 2, spinal nerve reflexes and examinations, and 3, cranial nerve examinations. I really miss being in class because this is the class where we get to whack each other with reflex hammers, and those to test the spinal reflexes, and that's really a lot of fun. Also, we go over the cranial nerve examination. If you've ever had a physical exam, then it is almost certain that your doctor did a cranial nerve exam on you to test your cranial nerve function and see the responses of the muscles. For instance, did they ask you to smile, stick out your tongue, close your eyes tightly, that kind of stuff. Open your eyes wide, look left, right, up, down, okay? Follow an H, okay? Did they ask you to swallow? All those and all those kind of things. All those muscles are controlled by the cranial nerves, and by asking you to do those things, you can test whether those nerves function properly or not. And if there's deviation, say the tongue, you stick the tongue out and it goes to one side, that tells you that the cranial nerve, one of the cranial nerves on one side may be damaged. So it's either the nerve or the muscle, and a lot of times it's the nerve. So read the book. So this will be back. So we're going to stay in Unit 15 for part of this, the spinal cord, okay? There, that's on page 330, and then go through that part. So on through 333, and talk about these diagrams as well, okay? So, and so know that, know what a spinal cord looks like, know what the front and back is, and the motors that go on the outside, the coverings, the meninges that go on the outside of the spinal cord. Then let's see. So it's going to be activity 4 in Unit 15, pages 330 to 333. Then we're going to do Unit 16, which is the peripheral nervous system. That's what they call it. So they call it the peripheral nervous system, nerves and autonomic nervous system. I refer to this as cranial nerves and spinal nerves, okay? So, and it's going to go through, and it's going to have this, rather difficult looking picture there for the cranial nerves, but don't worry, it's not nearly as bad as you think, because I have some mnemonics for you. So on old Olympus's towering top, a friendly Viking grew vines and hops. So remember that one. Let's see, that's cranial nerves in order from anterior to posterior. And let's see, so watch the lecture videos, because I'll teach you some of those things. Watch lab activities videos, the sheep spinal cord dissection, the spinal reflex examinations, and the cranial nerves examinations. Take a look at the study guides, do the pre-lab and post-lab exercises in the book, and do the activities on Pearson for practice. And I will put on there, on the news and Momentum, exactly what to be uploaded to Momentum. Let's see. So then quiz 12 over the spinal cord, spinal nerves, and cranial nerves. Spinal cord, spinal nerves, and reflexes and cranial nerves will be available April 15th through the 22nd. In order to cover all this material, the test is longer than the others. It's 45 questions plus 2 bonus questions, and so you'll have 45 minutes to take the test rather than 30 minutes like usual. So yay, a little bit longer. So study up and learn the phrases. On Olympus Towering Tops, and also the other phrase, some say merry money, but my brother says bad business, merry money. And have fun with the material, because this is a lot of cool stuff. And let's see, one thing I was going to tell you. One of the reasons this lab is longer than others is we used to do, a little over a year ago, we used to do the nervous system, in 4 sections, and they've condensed it to 3 sections. Okay, so anyway, just enjoy this. And as always, if anyone wants to review this stuff in person on Zoom, let me know. And if you want to have a group session, let me know. Otherwise, email me, text me, or call me with questions. Next week will be the last class, Lab 13 of the integumentary system. So yay, we're almost done. So, all right, have a great week, and we are almost there. Yay.